What up, tube? All right, guys, just making a quick video here. We're pretty much getting the car as buttoned up as I possibly can at the moment to make it to the GBody Nationals. GBody Classic, sorry. We're going to the GBody Classic. So GBody Classic is in Medina, Ohio. It is it's this weekend. I went last year. It's a lot of fun, especially if you are a GBody enthusiast like myself and some of my friends. It was a great time. There's a lot of GBodies. There's quite a few I wouldn't say a lot of vendors, but there was maybe a dozen vendors there. Mike's Monties, he brings a very large booth out there. He's even got parts to sell. In fact, he's bringing me 2 separate headliners that I can choose from. I called him. He is bringing me these headliners so that I can look at them, and I'm going to bring one of them home because my headliner is a pile that I just kind of tossed in the car to close up the roof and everything. So we're all buttoned up right now as far as I can take it. So we did get exhaust on the car. Now she has 3-inch with an X pipe, and I'm running Flowmaster Super 10s. It's got a nice quiet kind of rumble. Honestly, it's a lot quieter than I expected it to be. Not sure if I'm happy or sad about that, but it's a little quieter than I thought it was going to be. So, excuse me, got a bit of a nasal thing going. So, she's now got full exhaust. We did that just this last weekend. I've been messing with the carburetor and the timing because I've had a nasty dieseling issue, or run-on, if you will. You shut the car off and then the engine just sits there. If you guys ever experienced that, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. I couldn't understand why the hell it was doing it. Did some research, read some shit, kind of messed with the engine some. Just today, I discovered that the carburetor base plate, so I have that nice, see if I can get it down there, Wilson's manifold spacer. I got that on there. Well, the gaskets, the carb gaskets between either the manifold and the carburetor, one of those 2 carb gaskets, was leaking. I could hear it whistling. At first, I thought maybe it was the carburetor, because I've never had a carburetor that size. That is a 950 HP Holley carburetor. I've never had one that big, so I thought maybe it was just the air, the amount of air it's pulling, but no, it was a whistle. So I started spraying around the intake, and the intake doesn't leak. I started spraying the carb base, and the engine would kind of bog just a little bit. You could barely hear it, but the key was that the sound would go away a little bit. It would dole out, and then it would come back. So I went and bought some new carb gaskets. I found that my carburetor studs, so the studs on the carburetor, these carb studs, I found that those were loose. They were not tightened into the intake very much. In fact, if you look at these now, you see that right there, this guy? Before, I probably had like 4 or 5 threads out of the top of that nut. I forgot that these tightened were the top of the stud just barely stuck out of the nut. So I kind of forgot about that. So now we have no leaking carb, and I just realized as I was messing with the timing that this engine just wants timing. All it wants in life is timing. Timing makes it happy. So currently I am at initial at idle at about 1100 RPM. She's got 23 degrees of timing with 36 total timing at 3000 RPM. So, and it is not dieseling anymore. She runs amazing. She runs so good right now. I think I need to tune the carb a little more. I think she's running a little fat. But again, I've just been messing with shit. I had to get my floats right. My fuel pressure wasn't quite right, so I had to get that locked down. So now I can go on to starting to tune that carburetor. Obviously, you don't really want to tune the carburetor until you have those bugs worked out, like you know, a leaking carburetor or a dieseling issue. So, and they could go hand in hand. Your fatness of your carburetor mixing with the hot spots in the engine is kind of what can cause a dieseling, but also, again, not enough initial timing. So, like I said, right now she's at 23 degrees initial, and she is loving life. I think my starter is handling it. It kind of, the first crank is a little hard and slow, but then it kicks off. So I went ahead and bought a different starter just in case. I'm going to see how the weekend plays out with the starter I have. So we'll see how that goes. Another update on the vehicle, on the car, is, like I said, we have the interior in it now. Sorry, my light's not on. But we got the interior back in it. So the back seat's in, headliner. Got the whole dash put back together. Dash is all back together. Except for this, I need to throw in my speaker doohickeys just so I can close that out. Got the dash all together. So yeah, we're just trying to get her ready for the weekend. We got a long haul. It's about a 13-hour drive to Ohio. So I got her about as good as I can get her. My goal was to make it to the car show this year, and as of right now, I can successfully, well, not successfully yet, but I can say that we're gonna make it. So we will be loading the car up and leaving town here in a couple days, and heading out to that. We're also gonna hit the Good Guy show that's out there. It's all right there in Ohio, all this weekend. We got the Good Guy show in Columbus and the GBody Classic in Medina, Ohio. So wish me luck, guys. Not looking to win any awards. I just want to go and support the car, the culture. I want to go support GBody culture. So it's going to be a blast. That is why I bought my trailer, and that is why I bought my truck, for this exact reason. So I'm really hoping this kicks off an awesome summer, guys. I'm looking forward to this year a lot more than I was before now. Looking forward to getting out there, making some content. I'm really hoping that we can maybe even get this thing to a test and tune. You know, maybe, probably not this month, but maybe into next month after I get a little more work done here. I need to get alignment still. A few things here and there. I need to get the coilovers a little more set, because I believe the front end is sitting, when it relaxes all the way, the front end sits on the bump stops of the lower control arms. So I need to get that worked out. And I believe the rear coilovers are just too extended. I have them really jacked up high, when all I really need to do is just adjust the coilover mounting position to raise up that rear end. So I need to get that sorted out a little bit too before I start thinking about hitting a track and doing stuff. So anyway, I'm not going to talk your ear off, guys. I just kind of wanted to do a little quick update here. I'm going to I might even make like a little movie video. I don't know. I'm not trying to make a long ass video, but might even film some stuff on the way, you know, like getting the trailer loaded up, things like that. Trying to make a fun little video out of it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna post this tonight. Wish me luck on our trip, and maybe I'll see some of y'all there. That'd be fun. See y'all there. And I also heard that if anybody is a fan of SRC or the Old Man's Garage, I believe he posted on his video that he is also going to be at the GBody Classic. He's bringing his Malibu, which is going to be awesome. I've been wanting to see that car. That car is badass. So can't wait to hopefully meet Bill and look at his Malibu and check out some sweet G-bodies. All right, guys. Well, hopefully we'll see you this weekend. Later.